I was scared that I was going to get a lot of backlash for opening up about depression. And instead, we have received so much love, so many people who can, I guess, unfortunately relate. But thank you so much for sharing your stories with us, for being so open with us too, and allowing yourselves to be vulnerable with us. I hope that through our story, we're able to inspire you to not go through this journey alone. Whether it's through a therapist, through friends, through your loved ones, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be hard on yourself about. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's the truth. Around the time I had Amala, I was the most stable I had ever been in my life. In the beginning of the pregnancy, I decided to see if I could not take the meds. And I tried it for a few weeks. And I guess with the hormone changes and things like that, I couldn't handle it. I talked to my doctor, I talked to my psychiatrist, and we all agreed that I would be put on a low dose of my medication. And if I needed to have the increase, then I would do that. But the effect was I could not breastfeed. I kind of felt bad about that I was going to be missing out on something in motherhood. But it was like, stable mom versus breastfeeding. It's like, I maybe need to be stable.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
When I had Amala, I was really in a good space. I mean, mind you, I was still taking my meds, right? And my psychiatrist was kind of seeing like, you have a high risk of postpartum, but, we're just going to track you. The postpartum probably didn't come in until her 7 month.
Yeah, it was like months and months had passed.
Yeah.
We were like, I guess it's just not going to happen at all. We just skipped over it because it was always a concern.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when I was noticing I was really sad and I was questioning what if I was a good mom. I mean, I was doing that anyway, but it was just really getting to me. And then that's when I got on a higher dose of my meds, and then I added another medication, another antidepressant.
That was able to kind of...
That was definitely able to stable me.
Yeah.
And I was in a better headspace where I could kind of handle the demands of being a mom.
Now, with all of that said, this still, as this process is going, there's still all the regular questions that anybody would throw at themselves. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the best thing for her? Like, we still, both of us still had all the same doubts and fears. And the good thing is her mom stayed with us for the first 2 months. Mm-hmm. And we still had family around us to help, to support. So all of that stuff helped. And I just tried to make sure that I was there, knowing how to change diapers, knowing how to do everything I would need to do. So we both were like a team, kind of taking shifts and sharing the responsibility. Even though I was working a lot after the first month of that time, we still tried to share the responsibility as much as we could because we both were rookies at it. So that kind of helped to balance things off too.
Mm-hmm. What I do now when I'm going through low times, I make sure I'm taking my meds because that is still a thing for me to be consistent in.
Yeah.
I still deal with the thought that I can do this on my own. And I know I need my meds.
Right.
But sometimes I will convince myself that I can be okay without them, and I'm constantly wrong.
Because you're already doing good. I don't have to deal with the side effects of being sleepy or any of those extra things.
Being tired throughout the day.
Not like it used to be, though.
Not like it used to be, but just still being tired throughout the day. And weight gain, like that is a big trigger for me anyway. It always has been. But I do know still if I'm not on them, I'm not a stable person, and that is still really important to me. When I do go through a low time, I still struggle with wanting to tell him because I don't want to be a burden. And you hear
that word that she just said, burden? That word burden has been the most consistent thing I've heard throughout our relationship, and I think there's probably other people that can identify with that too. Mm-hmm. It's that constant pressure of I don't want to be a burden to anybody. Even if I tell her she's not a burden, that's still that constant fight to not feel that way in regards to the people that love you and take care of you, because I'm here for her because I love her. It doesn't matter about, like, I don't see it like here we go again, I gotta be here for, like, I don't see it like that.
And I see it like that. Once I get stuck in my head, those negative thoughts make sense to me. Like, they seem incredibly real. They seem very rational, and it's hard to just break myself out of that and say, no, I'm gonna talk to him anyway, once again, about how I'm feeling. And if I have to cry it out, I cry it out with him. And, I still rely on my mom a lot, and I'm so grateful for her, and I never want to take her love for granted. But she never really makes me feel guilty about it. She's always like, I'm a phone call away. LaGuardia's parents have been incredibly helpful. They have been so supportive of just taking care of Amala for us, giving us a break. They have been incredible at that.
You can say, okay, let's go talk to somebody. Let's seek a professional, even when it comes to whatever limitations may be there with money. If there's options that you can have for people that will charge on a sliding scale, or people that will give you free counseling, you should seek help. Like, it's not anything to play with. You can pray about it as much as you want to. You can talk to your friends and family about it as much as you want to, but professional help is needed when it's at that point. I lost a lot of time, and Leah almost lost her own life during times when I thought I could handle everything on my own.
For the significant others that do want to go through this journey with you, be gentle on them and be gentle to yourself. Don't be afraid to let them know your limitations on what you can handle. And that is totally okay. And you are someone who deserves to be loved just like the next person, and you are worthy of giving love. And you can have a relationship that is still healthy and blooming and a wonderful thing in your life. Hey, baby. Hey, mama.
So Amala just woke up. So when it comes to insurance, I had a full-time job that made things better. Then I made the choice to take the risk and step away from that and go into making more of what you see now. New Father Chronicles, the redo, and series like this, and also having the time to be home with my family. So now that we've done this, there are still risks involved. Being an entrepreneur, being self-employed does not make access to insurance the easiest thing in the world. Like, we're doing healthcare.gov stuff. We are in the middle of that now. So there's things that we're putting into place. There's actually a clinic that we go to now.
In the meantime.
In the meantime, while we wait for other things to come into play. So we're just kind of in the in-between 30-day waiting phase for things to kick in. So once it kicks in, I'll give you some more information about how that is, because we still are waiting.
Yeah.
The redo isn't meant to just be this one-time thing where we open ourselves up, then we close that door back and never talk about this stuff again. You all have shared so many stories. You all have related so much. We want to keep the conversation going. So if you haven't signed up to our email list, make sure that you sign up right here so you can stay up to date on what we're doing and what we have planned, because there is more that we want to do. We're just figuring that stuff out now. You'll see more of us in what we do, so stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all.